good evening, and Happy New Year. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing awesome. How are you?
I'm doing good, Julie. How you doing, Chanel?
Happy to see 2021.
Yeah, man. How about you, Jeff? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm doing great.
That's good. So we took a break from our after our second season, and so we are happy to be back with everyone in this new year. Happy 2021 to you. And this is the start of our season three. And so we're going to talk real quick just about New Year's resolutions. What are we striving to do in 2021? You want to go first? Chanel wants to go first. I saw a smile.
Knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Like, don't make eye contact.
She
Don't
was
make eye contact.
excited.
Oh boy. I don't know. Let's see. Last year was just, and I know we're not looking, reflecting on the past. We're looking forward, but last year was a doozy. But I think we shared before, it was full of challenges, but also full of change. So I'm grateful for 2020, honestly. And usually this time we get together to do a vision board party. And you all know what that is. I'm not going to school you on a vision board party, but we do it every year. We get together, we have drinks and refreshments, and we just cut out pictures board. Um, and surprisingly, my 2020 board, it achieved a lot that I had set out to on that board. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to especially based on last year. So a couple of things that stuck out for me was to delegate and outsource. I've shared this before. I'm a doer. It is very, very hard for me to outsource or delegate some tasks, but it does weigh heavy on me. I'm a one woman show in my company, and I'm wearing many, many hats and doing a lot of things. So this year I have decided to be intentional about delegating and outsourcing some various tasks in my company to help us be successful and efficient. Another thing that made it to my list was to learn something new. I think we talked about this a couple shows back about, um, always continuing to learn and grow. So I've set out to learn something new or to improve something that I'm already working towards or capable of in 2021. Another thing was, and this was funny, and this is something I learned from last year, was if it's not working, drop it and keep it moving. I think far too often, we're doing something. It's like, oh, I got to do it this way, or I have to do this one thing. And, I've learned very quickly to, adapt and modify. If it's not working for you, let it go and keep it moving. And that's something that I'm definitely going to stick to for this year as well. Another thing is I recently watched the show The Minimalist on Netflix. I don't know if you guys seen that yet. And I feel like I live a pretty simple and minimal life, but that show was really eye-opening to me. More so in my personal life with stuff. I'm a shopper for the future. It's like, all right, my kids go next summer. They're gonna have all the tank tops and all the sundresses. But then I noticed that I collect stuff. I mean, I have tubs of summer clothes and winter clothes. But just in my business, just to really minimalize and simplify, whether it be our processes, whether it be our narrowing down our niche or things like that. So that's one of the things that I'd like to work on and continue to work on this year is to minimalize and simplify in our business. And the last and final thing that made it to my list this year was to be intentional about supporting and collaborating with other Black businesses. We talk about it a lot, but I think really at the end of the day, we talk about shopping Black and all that good stuff, but to really be intentional and strategic about those collaborations, we're better together. We've talked about this, how we all can work together in our businesses, but to really be intentional about that this year is something that I'm striving to do.
I agree with Chanel. Julie?
Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. This is Julie Loken with J. Logan Business Support Services. I don't really have a resolution either, but I did write down some, I guess they are resolutions, some things I wanted to focus on a little deeper for 2021. And one of them is just a deeper devotion time. I do daily devotions anyway, but just really um, get deeper and trying to understand more what I'm reading, really becoming silent and just being able to hear the voice of God a little bit more, because it's really easy to wake up in the morning, grab your phone and start scrolling social media. Well, I made a commitment to myself that I would not do that. I'm not going to start my day on social media. I'm not going to end my day on social media, because when I go to sleep, I want my subconscious to rest. Not be worried about what I heard on Clubhouse, right? So that's one thing, deeper devotion time. And I'm starting that at 7 a.m. in the morning. And I go all the way to 8 o'clock. Every 15-minute interval, I'm doing something different. I'm doing my own devotion, 7:15. I do something else, 7:30. I'm going to exercise. That's another focus for this time. Doing a 30-minute exercise, because I have not been doing that as much as I wanted to last year, but I got to, and I can feel it in my body. So incorporating a 30-minute exercise. Chanel stole one of mine, learned something new. So I really am looking forward to learning something new on a daily basis. And then last are, I have two focus words and a focus phrase. My first focus word for 2021 is growth and joy. I want to try to find joy in everything that I do, joy in all the people that I come in contact with. And then my phrase is, when you meet me, when you speak to me in 2021, speak positive and speak life, because I cannot continue to dwell in negative 2020. We're moving forward. And so if there's any way that I can help others speak in the universe positive things and speak life over themselves, then that's my focus for 2021.
I like that, Julie, a lot. Jeff, what about you?
See, I thought when she said when you speak to me, I thought she was gonna say you bow when you speak to me or something like that. You know, she's a diva.
You know what?
And then Chanel talking about she a minimalist, but she traveling all around the world every 2 weeks. How minimal is that?
I'm packing
I'm
only a
just asking.
carry-on.
Oh,
That's
okay,
minimal.
that's minimal.
No check
Okay,
bags.
okay.
Carry-on only.
A lavish minimalist. How's that?
Right.
Okay, I'm just teasing y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. It's all in fun. But as far as resolutions, you know what, guys? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't do resolutions like I used to. Um, and it seems as though for a lot of people, you know, I read a lot, and I say a lot of people, they start out with resolutions and they quit after a couple weeks or whatever. They lose it. So for me, honestly, my resolutions are almost daily. It's how I try to live my life, and then at the end of the day, every night I look back and okay, what did I get accomplished? Did I get accomplished what I want to get accomplished? So I try to look at it almost like a daily thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, some days I lose the track of days. I forget if it's Monday or Wednesday or Sunday. I lose track of days, especially with the COVID. So what I do is I just try to live a specific lifestyle and achieve specific goals, regardless of the day, week, month, or year. So I just break it down. I try to reach physical, mental, spiritual, and financial goals. That's my life. And as far as like the physical, you know, I intermittent fast. Some days I don't eat my first meal till 6 o'clock at night. Other days I eat just once a day or twice a day. I try to take my apple cider vinegar every day, my black seed oil every day. You know, that's part of the physical. And I try to get a little bit of exercise and go outside if I can, if it's, you know, the weather's good. So I try to do that daily. You know, my mental fitness. Every day I'm trying to read something positive. I'm trying to You know, I'm trying to laugh. I love to laugh. Laughter is good for the soul. It's good to relieve stress. And I'm always striving to learn something new. Always strive. Every single day I have to learn something new because I know there's a lot I don't know. So that's every single day. Spiritually, spiritual fitness is very important. I think it's being neglected by a lot of people. We don't really think about it. But I want to treat people the way I want to be treated. I don't want anyone to say, well, you know what? Well, let me put it to you like this. I want people to say, if someone says, you know what, that Jeff White, he did me wrong. I want everybody to be like, wait a minute, Jeff White in Tampa? One from Chicago? No, that's not the Jeff White I know. I want people to be like, no, that's not the dude I know. He's never done me wrong. He's always treated me with respect. You know, he's a cool dude. So that's how I kind of like to live my life, even with business. I want people to like, okay, he's a stand-up guy. He's real professional. He does what he says he's going to do. He tries to help me out, you know, so that's the spiritual. And then financial, I'm all about the business. I'm trying to get them passive streams of income, multiple streams of income. So every single day I'm doing something online. I'm trying to get this blog post going. I'm writing towards my next book. You know, I'm doing something every single day, every day. So for me, resolutions are a daily thing. And for me, the yearly is just, I don't even look at the yearly anymore. For me, it's like an everyday thing. I'm trying to do something every single day. Now, at the same time, this doesn't like stress me out or worry me because it's a lifestyle. And it's a lifestyle that I want to live. This is not stressful. How is it stressful to treat people the way I want to be treated? You know, it's not stressful to take a capful of apple cider vinegar every day. That's not, you know, and trying to read and improve myself is not stressful. So I look at it as a lifestyle. I love to work out, you know, so you have to find a way to incorporate into your life so it's not such a task for you to do it. And I think that's the most important thing, because if it becomes a lifestyle, it's going to be that much easier to sustain it. Because remember, a lot of people, they'll have a resolution and then they'll quit after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month. And when I start something new, and Aletha, you'll know, I tell you this, I've asked you this before. I'll ask you, can you sustain this for the long term? Can you keep doing this? Remember when we first started with the Blog Talk Radio show, you wanted to do a show like every day. And I was like, Aletha, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Years ago. And I was like, Aletha, can we do that every
2013.
single day? I was like, can we do this every single day? I don't think so. After about a week, you're going to be too tired. So what can you do? What can you sustain long term? Because once you start something, I don't want to stop. And I tease you guys about this all the time with this show. We got to be consistent. We got to keep going. We got to find a way we can continue it so it doesn't hurt us or overtake other parts of our lives. So when I look at resolutions, that's how I look at it, but it's a cumulative thing. So then I look back over the year, but like, wow, I did a lot. Goodness gracious. But I break it down to days. So that's how I look at resolutions. So for anyone listening, you know, when you have a resolution, ask yourself, can I sustain this for the rest of the year? If the answer is no, tone it down. It's okay. You know, and eventually you'll start to get the hang of it, and then you can, you know, take a little bit more on your plate and it'll work out just fine.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of you. Julie, with you, I am trying to be more consistent with my worship. There are some things I set up for the first year. So through the Bible app, it keeps me, and I have different things. So hurt, but not held back, better decisions through regrets, joy over stress, how to make daily joy a habit. Those are just some of the different plans that I'm trying to follow on a daily basis now. And my worship has become part of my yoga. So I've taken up yoga. It's a 30-second thing, but I tell you what, that thing be hurting.
That's a workout. It's a workout.
It's like 30. I was like, I can do 30 seconds. After that first, I was like, no, I can't. So, but I'm trying to be consistent. My health is my number one focus for 2021. Losing weight, I was happy. I started in December. I said I wasn't going to wait till January. So I was going to be more focused with it. Tasi throwing them vitamins down my throat and everything. But I decided to be more consistent with it. So I waited until the 1st of January to weigh in, and I managed to lose 5 pounds in the month of December, the last 2 weeks rather. So I bragged to Jeff with my little Fitbit when my little Fitbit thing pop up. And so last year I was all bold and I was on Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna lose 55 by 55. I lost 5. I went back up 7, and lost 12. Went back up 18. So this time I am doing it gradually, and what I know physically I can maintain, and it seems to be more successful now. But I'm not a big meat eater, and so taking meats out of my diet is a big thing too. So I'm enjoying that process of it. And again, the yoga thing is, I like it, but it's a learning process. And so that 30-second thing, I found it on Twitter actually, with doing the yoga and they have the little video and it shows you what different things to do for 30 seconds at a time. And so far it's working out pretty good. So I'm enjoying that. I want to focus on that.
I need to know what that is.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But so I'm trying to focus on that. And of course, you guys know, I'm focused on my writing. Being in the film industry is where I've been wanting to be for over 30 years now. And the opportunities that have presented themselves even in the midst of COVID has been awesome. COVID slowing it down, but they've been awesome nonetheless. Projects that are coming to me have been opportunities that otherwise probably would not have. And so getting my film projects out, expanding myself as a writer, not even just as a screenwriter, but as an author too. I've decided I put so much stuff on hold that's been building up in my laptop. I was like, okay, Amazon, we doing this. And so I just went and look, they're sitting out there and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And so I got them sitting out on Amazon and I'm finally releasing these different books that's been sitting in my laptop for years. So striving and doing that and looking forward to what we're going to continue to accomplish with conversations with entrepreneurs. We, like Jeff said, we have something great here, and I think people will find it very inspiring and very motivational. I know that I do. I feel that you guys do too. We're missing Dion tonight, but he's in our thoughts. Jeff gonna holler at him, let him know. We made a special blooper reel for him before the show.
He already texted me back.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to what we're going to accomplish, and just taking step by step everything to a different level, But I love the friendship and the family that we are in the process, and so I'm looking forward to that flourishing this year as well.
Jeff, you made a good point about, making it a lifestyle, living each day to work towards those goals. I remember back in, I don't know, we did a vision board in 2017, I think it was, and had all of these lavish things. Like, would you say you want to have a jet or something? I wanted to be a millionaire and I wanted to lose 50 pounds. I don't know, just crazy stuff that just was not attainable. And I was extremely let down because the goals weren't realistic. They weren't, reachable. But if I was doing those smaller things each day to work towards that, even if I didn't achieve that lavish, goal at the end of the year, at least I was making some type of progress towards it. So I think that goes for anybody, whether it's personal or professional. Goals or resolutions are to make them attainable, make them realistic, but then they don't have to be these huge, unrealistic things. They could be something that you can work towards each day and make it a lifestyle. And like you said, it's easier to achieve those things as well. So I thought that was a good point that you made.
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to agree with Chanel. Sometimes we create our own disappointments.
Yeah, yep. It's easy to do. So easy to do. And Julie, you were saying about the positive attitude. One of, I like a quote from, I believe it's Joyce Myers, about a positive attitude gives you power over your circumstances.
Yeah.
Instead of your circumstances having power over you. So that just kind of resonated with me. And
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
I like that one. You were going to say, Jeff?
Yeah, like Chanel, I didn't say this on air, but yeah, I want a jet. And anyone who knows me knows I want a private jet. I do. I want a private jet. And when you, but the thing is, that doesn't happen overnight.
It's
I've
not
been
gonna happen in
saying I want a private
2021.
jet.
Right. Yeah.
I've been saying that for about 6, 7 years now. But again, it comes back to what you said, or what we said. It's those small daily, steps to get there. Now, you guys know I did triathlons, and to train for a triathlon takes months. That's that physical and mental toughness that you have to have. The same thing applies to you and your goals. It's not going to happen overnight, no matter what your goal is, whether it's losing 5 pounds or 10 pounds, whatever. That's when you have to have that plan, that long-term plan, but at the same time set those little short-term goals that you can incorporate into your life. So after 6 months to a year, you could have reached those goals. So for me, it's all about just taking those small steps. And sometimes they seem so minuscule at the time, but they accumulate. It's the law of accumulation. And after 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you look back and like, oh my God, look what all I did. But it was just so small and just part of your life that you don't even realize that you did it. And a lot of people, they try to do all this at one time. They get all just, in a tizzy and just frantic and trying to do it all at once. It don't work that way. Sometimes you got to just sit back and just chill and just take your time with it, and it's all going to work out.
And see, with the law of attraction too, with the book The Secret, it talks about all of that. When you put it in the atmosphere and you visualize it and you see it, I can almost visualize that jet for you, Jeff, because I can feel the passion in you. And because you are so passionate about it, it's going to happen eventually over time, because you've been prepping yourself and preparing yourself. And as both of you have said, and Lalitha has said, it takes baby steps, but you have to start somewhere. I want to be a millionaire too. The only way I can probably do that is start buying some scratch off tickets every now and then. One of these times I might win. Who knows? I don't know. I condoning gambling or anything, but
We got like 8 businesses. One of the businesses on here Payday. They don't even try us. Nice try. Oh boy, so modest.
Not quite a millionaire yet, but it's coming. I believe it's coming. And here's the thing. I don't know about you all, but for some reason, when the clock struck midnight into 2021, for some reason, I felt a release. Did y'all feel a release?
Mhm.
I did. Don't know where it came from, when preparing for it or anything. I just believed that get 2020 off of our shoulders. It was such a heavy weight. It was such a burden. Let's start fresh, right? Even though it feels like the next day, it is a new year. But it's all in our mindset. We got to change our mindset, and we got to, and then somebody says, I really want things to get back to normal. Well, what is normal?
I don't think
Maybe God don't want us to go back to normal. It's a different kind of normal. As we've been saying, the whole time, it's a different normal now. And what that looks like, it may not go back to what we think normal is.
I think the one thing, and then I say it to my family too, is like, I'm not the most social person. I know that I'm not. I'm an introvert through and through. Some people would think different, but I am an introvert. Socializing is very difficult for me. That's a struggle. Just chit chatting with people. You get me on the phone for an hour now, I ain't gonna talk to you for about a week or two. So that's just not me. I just can't do it. But I think what I can see from, there are a lot of different relationships that grew better if people really look at it. The pandemic was bad for a lot of families. You can't take that away. But if you look at like just even the videos of the different things that people chose to do that was creative and created different family, different things that they're going to be doing now. Like, wait a minute, how did I find the time to do it? Let's keep doing it. I still think it's going to be mutiny afoot with the pets. I just, they've gotten too used to us being home. The revolution is going to be the pets. I'm telling y'all now, just wait. My Chihuahua is going to be leading the pack.
Your house is going to be towed up when you go out, go to work on a regular basis and come back home. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Not
she's not gonna have it. Socks gonna be gone. Shoes gonna be ate up. It's gonna be a bad one. But even just again with us, um, just looking forward to, like, we took a break for 2 weeks, but man, did I miss you guys. And but it's just all those little different things that came to when we just sit still. When you sit still, the different things that come to you and the clarity that you get out of it, you're tending to be more focused. And I think despite where we go, that's something we all need to remember. Take that time to sit back, breathe, get focused. Whenever you're focusing on, then you can set that pattern, you can go for those goals. But if you're not focused, like Jeff said, if you're bouncing around and your arms are flipping and flopping like you Patti LaBelle at a concert, it just ain't gonna work out right. No disrespect to Patti LaBelle, but there are a lot of different things, and so for whatever you're hoping for this year, we are here to offer as much guidance as we can. And if we don't speak on it on the show, feel free to comment on Facebook. We'll respond. You can see us on IGTV and on Instagram, and you can respond. And you can also watch us. We'll be live on YouTube this season. So you'll be able to respond up there. But don't try to sell us no herbal things like the other lady did, because we can't do that. But we're
I
definitely.
wanted to, if I can, circle back to something you said, Alethea, about your devotion time in the Bible app. In the Bible, there's a Bible app called YouVersion, and what I'm learning in it, it is allowing groups to come together. So
Yeah, that's the one I'm in.
yeah, so I have some close girlfriends. There's about 5 of us total, and I just reached out. I chose a Bible plan about praying, and so what it does, it gives you a devotion, it gives you some scripture, and it gives you a section where you can talk about it. I just invited them. I say, hey, listen, ladies, I sent you an invite to a Bible plan in YouVersion. I'd love for us to just study this, even though you do it individually in your own time. It still brought us together closer, as a group of ladies that come together and can pray for each other, and then we can read what each other, what God was saying to them from that devotion. And I just think that is so cool, and that can cause a lot more families to come together if they want to do devotion. You don't have to be in the same household to do that. You can do that right in that app.
Yeah, because I like that it once you go through those different plans, it asks you to write your prayer for what you're praying for. And
Yep.
and I like doing that part too. So, and then I can go back and I can read over on those. So yes,
Yep.
I like that. I think that's cool. Because you pop up on mine.
Good. Send me an invite.
When I do a plan, it says you want to join with Julie. You're like the only friend in my thing that comes and pops up. That's it. And it's like, just like Julie's in there. Do you want to share with Julie?
At least to let you know I'm consistent, I guess.
Yeah. Do you want to share with Julie? So next time I start a new plan, I'll definitely invite you to it. That'd be cool.
Well, before we go, I gotta make Dion laugh. Dion, we miss you on this call, but we found a little trick. We found something fun that we want to do. And so,
Oh Lord,
this is for you, Dion.
Yeah, go ahead and give them yours too, just to let the people see what you do. Go ahead and do it, Jeff. You know you can do it.
We miss you, Dion. Come on, Jeff. Uh-oh, did he?
Uh-oh, that
Uh-oh.
there you go. There go the burglar right there.
You're on mute, Jeff.
I'm watching y'all from a distance. I'm incognito. I see you.
I'm gonna let Jeff start with his last words and his burglar.
Okay, last words. You got to be fluid in 2021. Your best laid plans can just take you all out of whack. And a lot of people, they don't know how to. Can y'all take me serious with me looking like this?
That's what I'm trying.
Okay. you gotta go with the flow, man. You gotta go with the flow. If something comes at you, you just gotta just go with it, you know? And that basically means your best laid plans can just be blown to smithereens. So you can either be fluid and just go with it, or you can get upset and be mad and just quit. 2020 should have taught all of us, you gotta learn how to go with it, whether you like it or not. You have to learn how to go with that current so you can still get where you're trying to go. None of us, well, a lot of us really don't want to be stuck in the house all the time. But if you are, what are you going to do about it? You can get upset and get all angry and stressed out and sick because of the stress of being home, or you can learn how to work with it. And me personally, I was so productive at home that I just can't believe it. So I still have my goals. I was still able to reach a lot of them because I was able to just, be fluid with the situation. So this year, expect unexpected, but stay grounded and stay focused, and don't be afraid to deviate from your original plan. As long as you get where you're trying to go, it really don't matter what road you took.
We're going to have a Mardi Gras show where we all put them little things up there and just cut up. Chanel?
I agree with Jeff. If nothing else, we've learned to pivot, to be flexible, to take what we have and make it what we want. So I would agree and piggyback on that. Another thing I would say about 2021 is just to find balance, especially now. I know a lot of us, you know, working from home, running home-based businesses, and with children and all types of other things going on in your life, but really find balance, like you said, Jeff, about your mind, your body, your mind, and your spirit. They all deserve that same level of attention and focus. So really find that balance, and be okay with saying no. That's something that I'm learning to do as well. Whether it be a client, I'm not for everybody. Whether it be to a potential partner, I'm not the right fit for everybody, or whether it be to relatives and friends. I'm not always interested in doing in everything. So being okay with saying no, I think, is another thing that 2021, a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs should be comfortable with.
I agree. Jill?
So I wrote down what both of you said, and it's a good segment. My word is grow. So when Jeff said something about go with the flow, I was put it into a phrase: go with the flow and grow and pivot. Chanel used the word pivot. And then what I really want to say is learn something new. I think all of us said it, but learn something new, not just about others, but learn something new about yourself. No, this is an opportunity to really get to know what you like, what you dislike, and then as well get to learn something new, to grow, to flow, and pivot while in 2021.
I agree. I agree with all of you. And I think for me, to quick sum it up is like, don't be afraid to try, right? And the one thing my mother used to always tell me, nothing beats a failure but a try. How do you know what you can do if you don't try? And as Jeff said, if some don't work out, don't give up, try again, and take the time to do it. Take pride in what it is that you want for yourself. And then, like Jeff said, set those goals. Set those goals. 2021, we want to make this a great year. And that can be however you feel is great for you, not somebody else's expectation of greatness. What you feel is great for you. And she done changed the color of the hat.
Focus, Julie. Stay focused. Look at
Oh, she done put the
Okay.
shade back on there.
Samuel.
Okay, I'll focus now. I'm good.
Well, like Julie said, we miss Dion not being here tonight.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen everybody in a couple of weeks as took a break. But again, we want to say Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for listening to us for the first time in 2021. And we look forward to being here every week that we can. Jeff is chilling on the side. He's just leaning on the side. Like the gangster lean. If they ever put a car thing down there, that's going to be it. It's going to be through. That's going to be it.
I'm just going with the flow, man. I'm just going with the flow.
What's that McDonald's character? The McBurglar.
Hamburglar.
Hamburglar. Who does he look like that? Hamburglar.
And look, coming to us network near you.
Oh my goodness.
Conversation with entrepreneurs on this
And
TV
for those
station.
who are listening to us on iTunes podcast, on Spotify podcast, on Pandora, on Google podcast, and even on Amazon Audible, Julie is now having some type of screen in front of her that looks like a television. So we're laughing because Julie's on TV right now. So, and if you want to share that laughter, then you can see us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram IGTV, so that you can enjoy the laughter that we share with each other every week. So we're going
Focus,
to say,
Julie. Focus.
All right, turn the channel. I'm signing off.
and with that, we're going to say goodnight. The only thing that's missing is the buzz from the 70s.
Shout out to Dion. We miss you, bro.
Yeah.
Bye.
Night. Have a great one, everyone.
Bye.
Out.